Now I'm joined by Rob Parsons, our international editor, who's here with me in the studio. Rob, meanwhile, no word from Jair Bolsonaro. What should we infer from that?
Yeah, absolutely nothing. Very difficult to say what we should infer from that at the moment. Obviously, people are concerned that he may try to challenge the result in some way, because during the campaign, he has repeatedly suggested that he might do something if he lost the vote, that he would not recognise it. He's constantly criticised the electronic voting system, for instance, and suggests that it was riddled with fraud. Millions of his supporters undoubtedly believe him on that and are probably prepared to act on it if he should call upon them to do so. But so far, nothing. And it has to be said that on Friday, at the end of his debate with Lula, he did commit to respecting the outcome of the vote, whatever it were to be. That was Friday. What he's thinking today is another matter altogether. But it is interesting, I think, that many of those who he might expect to support him if he were to challenge the outcome of the vote have already said that they are going to respect it, including both houses of Congress, and including some people on the evangelical side of Brazilian politics, who have given him a massive amount of support during the election campaign, who have said that, look, that's it, the people have spoken, we have to move on. So, it's a difficult moment, I think, for Bolsonaro, if he really is considering whether he might challenge the outcome of this vote, because it does begin to look at this stage as though he doesn't have an awful lot of support from the people he might be counting on.
What sort of challenges does Brazil face? And also, the legislature, how much are they going to help President da Silva?
It's a good question. The challenges are immense, to put it mildly, and one of them, as you correctly have pointed out there, is Congress and both houses, which are dominated by the opposition at the moment. But one of the things Lula has always been good at is cobbling together coalitions. And already during his electoral campaign, he found allies who normally might be expected to support far-right candidates, people on the centre-right of Brazilian politics. And he will be hoping that he'll be able to make use of the fissured nature of opposition politics, as it's going to be for the next 4 years in Brazil, to try and find allies, at least on key issues. But there's no question that he has an awful lot on his plate if he's going to achieve some of the things he's set out to do. Obviously, he's targeting things like hunger in Brazil. 33 million people meant to be said to be in acute hunger. 100 people living on the poverty borderline. He wants to bring them out of poverty. He wants to ensure that, as he put it, that every Brazilian should have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sounds great, and it's hard not to sympathise with the aim, but in practice, how is he going to do it at a time when the economy is doing badly, to put it mildly, and inflation is soaring, and when at least half the population, because remember this is a very, very close election, is hostile to him, including many of those who are, for instance, involved in the deforestation of the Amazon. That's a key promise that he's made, that he wants to put an end to that, to at least stop it by 83%, as he did in his previous term in office. But it's one thing saying it, and another thing actually doing it.
OK, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much, Rob. Rob Parsons there, our chief international editor.